Hello, everyone. I am Queen Lily, and today we are discussing the election. We have 24 days before the election actually happened, which is November the 5th. Today, we're talking about Queen VP Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. We're going to talk about something to do with the hurricane and Donald Trump, VP Harris and the hurricane, talk about some of the other politicians, and the list goes on. Thank you for coming to my live. You are welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am Queen Lily, and we are talking about the election. And as I stated, we have 24 days left. That's not a lot of time, but I think it's a great amount of time for you to decide which candidate you want to be your president. I have already picked my candidate. I'm already registered. I hope that you are registered as well. If you have not registered, please do it soon. You must go ahead and register so you can vote. I know here in the state of Georgia, October the 7th was the last day to register, and we have already registered here. I don't know if you can do mail-in ballots if you haven't registered yet. So check into it. And if you want some information about the election, go to my community wall and scroll down, and you'll see everything about the election, for what state and everything. Hey, how y'all doing, beautiful kings and queens? Hey, Miss Bugs. Hey, Terry Roberts. Hello. So please make sure you are registered. And if you can, early vote. So you done voted? Hey, Terry Roberts, he early voted. I'm gonna early vote. I think we can start early vote Tuesday here. Yeah, Tuesday. So I'm early voting too. And then I'm going to a nice event after I early vote. So I'm gonna have to go in there dressed up and hair up and go to this event that's 45 minutes away from where I live. That's the thing about Atlanta. If you live in Atlanta and you go somewhere, you have to drive so far to go to anything. So I'm gonna vote early Tuesday. Ms. Bug said I have sent my mail-in ballot and they acknowledge they have received it. Yes, congratulations, Queen. That's how you do it. Get that vote in, get it in, get it in, get it in. Terry, Terry voted already too. It's imperative that we vote. It doesn't matter who your candidate is. Get that vote in. This is the most important election ever, you all. It's important that we vote. Why is it important? Because your vote counts. Everybody's vote counts. Don't ever feel left out because you're not. Gavin says, hello, you okay? Yes, Gavin, I'm doing good. How about you? Thank you for coming to my live, King. Thank you so much. Thank all of you beautiful kings and queens in my chat. Hey, tell them, Terry. You better tell them, Terry. But again, I want to thank each and every last one of y'all, all of you beautiful kings and queens. We're going to get started in just a moment. I'm going to allow more people to come in. So if you want to voice your opinions in my chat right quick before we get started, you are welcome to do it. Thank you for the blue hearts, everyone. I washed my hair, y'all, and I put conditioner on. I hadn't washed my conditioner out yet. So I said they're going to have to just accept me as I am today. Yep, y'all can see my hair is wet, but I'll be okay. I put conditioner on. I'm going to wash it out after I get off this live. It's not going to harm it. You can leave your conditioner on a long time. It will not harm your hair. It just won't. It won't hurt your hair at all. We're going to get started in a moment, okay, beautiful people? I thank you for coming to my live. It means so much to me. Without you all, I don't have a show to give. With you all, I have a show to give and an audience to talk to. I love YouTube. Yes, I do. So we're going to be doing somewhat comparing the candidates, which we do that normally. Donald Trump, VP Kamala Harris. We're going to even talk towards the end about Diddy. His attorney speaks. And some more about Diddy case. We're going to listen to the audio for that, okay? We're going to even discuss President Barack Obama. He spoke at a rally for VP Kamala Harris, so we're going to talk about that too. And we're going to watch a couple Midas Touch network videos about Donald Trump. There's some things with Donald Trump, y'all. I can't believe that Donald Trump does while he's at his rallies. And Midas Touch Network, subscribe to their channel, please. They have released the videos. It's some things that Donald Trump has been doing. It's so embarrassing. I can't believe this man does this at his rallies that I didn't even pay much attention to. I don't think I have. But since they have brought it to your girl, your queen's attention, it got my attention. And we're going to talk about it. Taylor Swift, she donated to the hurricane victims. And guess who's mad? MAGA is mad at Taylor Swift for donating to the hurricane victims. They was mad at her for donating to VP Kamala Harris. You know, come on, y'all. She endorsed VP Kamala Harris. Y'all was mad. Now Taylor Swift is helping the hurricane victims, and you're mad at her for that. Taylor can't do nothing right in the eyes of MAGA. Give Taylor Swift some room to breathe. She's doing something from her heart. It's a good cause, and charity is good. Charity is a good thing. Let's don't be like Shawnee Henderson, originally Shawnee O'Neal, and her husband, what is his name? That Henderson guy, the pastor. He made a statement that it's not good to donate to charity to the poor. Um, the best thing you can do is donate with your tithes to the church. Let's don't be like that. Let Taylor Swift donate to the hurricane as she has done because she's doing the right thing to help people. Hurricane Helene was horrible. Hurricane Milton tore through Tampa and a couple other places. Y'all, Taylor Swift is doing what God would want us to do, and that's to help people. We're not gonna do like that Henderson, Mr. Henderson, Pastor Henderson, Shawnee Henderson's husband, and don't help people. Let's don't be like him. No, we're not gonna be like that because God would not bless us. So we're gonna get started, you guys. I'm excited about this day. I'm excited to have y'all in my chat. I'm excited that these beautiful kings and queens are in my chat today, and y'all are lifting me up every day. You come and visit me. I thank you. I thank you. So we're gonna watch a video with Donald Trump. Is that okay with y'all? Y'all want to see a video with Donald Trump? So we're gonna go ahead and watch it, okay? Give me one moment. It's loading. Don't laugh at my hair. It's wet. It has conditioner on it. I haven't had time to finish my hair.
Fake firefighters.
Hold on, y'all.
Remember we were covering the recent speech that Donald Trump gave in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Fake union workers, fake black churches, fake firefighters. Remember we were covering the recent speech that Donald Trump gave in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and that followed the speech that J.D. Vance gave in Detroit, Michigan, where the Detroit News called out the fact that the people behind J.D. Vance who were wearing shirts that said auto workers for Trump were just wearing the shirts. They were not actually auto workers. Well, in Scranton, Pennsylvania, we were covering that speech behind Donald Trump. It had people wearing firefighters for Donald Trump. There were people who were dressed in like firefighters' outfits and gear. Well, it turns out, once again, that's fake. They're not actually firefighters at all. The Scranton Fire Department had to address this, and the union leader said, we don't recognize these people as even firefighters, yet alone firefighters in Scranton, Pennsylvania. And like the Detroit News broke the story when J.D. Vance gave that speech, I think we need to give a hat tip to the Times Tribune, who broke the story in Scranton. Fake firefighters behind Donald Trump. I want to read for you the story, but we've been covering, for example, when Donald Trump gives these speeches and he like mocks overtime pay, and he talks about, I hate giving overtime pay and I never pay overtime. You don't deserve overtime pay. And then the people who are wearing shirts that are like purportedly say union workers for Trump are clapping. My analysis, I'm always like, why are they clapping for no overtime pay at a union? Well, all of this stuff is fake. And remember, we covered the fake black church that Donald Trump filled with white people. Or how about when Donald Trump holds the competitions and says, you're going to win, and it's all like fake competition. It's all a fake over and over again. And the gullible, complicit media just runs with it. And then Midas Touch Network and local media call this stuff out, and we're going to keep on calling it out. So hat tip to the Times Tribune. Scranton firefighters were not holding pro-Trump signs at the rally. Members of the public and people in firefighters' uniform who are not Scranton firefighters hold Scranton firefighters for Trump signs distributed by the campaign during a Trump rally at Riverfront Sports in Scranton on Wednesday, October 9, 2024. Neither the International Association of Firefighters Union nor the Scranton Firefighters IAFF Local 60 Union have endorsed a candidate for president. And you see the people holding the signs and dressed up. Take a look at that. Now, here's what the article says. The Scranton Fire Department Firefighters Union had nothing to do with several signs stating, quote, Scranton Firefighters for Trump, held and displayed by members of the public. By the way, this is like Donald Trump aiding and abetting stolen valor. Remember, he gave himself a Purple Heart recently as well in one of these speeches. You've got people who sacrifice their lives as firefighters and law enforcement and first responders. This just makes a mockery of that. And then he's trying to trick us, and then the media runs with it. The article goes on to say at this event that the union had nothing to do with it. Neither the International Association of Firefighters Union nor its local chapter in Scranton Local 60 have made any endorsements. Times Tribune photos during the Trump event Wednesday show several men and women holding the signs. Two of the men are wearing firefighter formal dress blue uniforms. One is wearing a white ball cap with Trump Force Captain one in golden letterhead, but they were not Scranton firefighters, Local 60 said Wednesday in a post on Facebook. Local 60 would like to address the rally held earlier today in Scranton for former President Trump and the office of the President of the United States. This is not a political post, rather a clarification post for anyone who sees or may see the event. Multiple citizens, and they made that caps, not firefighters, multiple citizens were seen with Scranton firefighters for Trump signs at today's rally. It is noted that no member of Local 60 were carrying those signs, as the IAFF has chosen not to endorse any candidates. We honor and respect each and every person's political opinions, as well as our members' own opinions on what they believe the right choices for them. We just want to clarify that Local 60 has not endorsed a candidate for the office of president following the path of the IAFF. The signs seen were not representative of SFD Local 60 nor an endorsement of any candidate. In a phone interview Thursday, Local 60 President Alan Lucas said he had no idea where the signs came from, and none of the people holding the signs and photos that he saw were Scranton firefighters, active or retired. Trump campaign spokesperson Kush Desai said in a phone interview Thursday that he did not know where the signs came from and that the signs did not come from the campaign. Yeah, so the Trump campaign is saying that they're not the ones giving signs that say firefighters for Trump to people pretending they are firefighters. They are just continuing to lie and gaslight. The Trump spokesperson says those firefighters for Trump signs were not something that the campaign made or handed out. And it goes on to say, they still say, but we've got the firefighter. Oh, this is what Trump said. An hour into the event, Trump referenced the firefighters, according to the video of him saying it. And he points to the people behind him and goes, we got the firefighters endorsing us. You probably heard. The crowd cheered, and some of the attendants behind Trump held their signs that say Scranton firefighters for Donald Trump. And then Trump looks at the people and goes, that's a very good looking group of human beings. He then went on to talk about endorsements from the unions. Now, he doesn't have the endorsements from the unions. That is another op, right? Remember our previous reporting from just a few days ago. The Detroit News, and I think they do great work, and we've interviewed their editor before. People at the J.D. Vance rally in Detroit, Michigan were wearing auto workers for Trump shirts, but they admitted when the Detroit News asked them that they were actually not auto workers. You see the photo of J.D. Vance there. You see the people wearing auto workers for Trump shirts. They are actually not auto workers. Now, I could show you dozens of events like this. Like, do you remember during Donald Trump's criminal trial in Manhattan where he said that he was throwing a union event? And remember who the right-wing media all interviewed? This guy right here named Vish Burr. Although they didn't tell you it was Vish Burr. They described this individual as a black New York union worker who had a message for Biden. I don't see you anywhere. I hope New York turns red because we're not voting for you. this black New York union worker said, turns out though, not a union worker. He's someone who identifies as Indian American. His name is Vishbur, and he's George Santos's ex-director, and he is a current MAGA operative who works very closely with Steve Bannon and Matt Gaetz. Like everything Trump does, this is yet another scam. This is what Vishbur, this is what you can take a look. This is Vishbur's Twitter bio, you see right here. Rep Santos, Matt Gaetz, War Room, that's Steve Bannon right there, meaning this is in connection with the Trump campaign, which is because Bannon is a Trumper. Here's what Vishbur said during that interview. Again, all AstroTurf stuff. Let's play the clip.
How was it seeing the former president? Oh, it was absolutely incredible to see him on the streets of Manhattan, beating up with, your working class folks here, the type that are out working hard at 6 a.m. It was my first time ever meeting him, and it was really dope. So, what's your message to Joe Biden? My message to Joe Biden: I haven't seen you anywhere. I hope New York turns red because we're not voting for you.
By the way, here is another photo of Vishbur. You see him right there with George Santos. Speaking of Detroit, remember when Donald Trump did the event, a black church in Detroit? He did the black church event. But then, as Midas Touch called it out, we were the first to call it out there. We said, it looks like 99% of the people there are white. And they filled up a 300-person church. And then there's a church that was embroiled in all this litigation where the pastor was in a fight with the congregation and they don't even go there anymore. And so I think they just paid. I don't think they paid the church, this kind of empty church, if you will, to fill it up with white people, white MAGA supporters wearing hats and cursing in the church. I mean, just look at this photo right here. It was, and then you wearing blacks for Trump shirts. And then speaking of other stunts like this, remember then Donald Trump rented out a non-union shop in Clinton Township. Remember he did that? He paid a non-union shop $20,000.
Okay, yeah, I had enough of that.
Rent it out.
That Trump is something else.
Union members for Trump who are not
MAGA. What is going on with Donald Trump and all of these scams he's got going? He's supposed to be a rich man, a billionaire. Billionaires don't pull these kind of stunts. They just don't do it. No. Donnie Boy got to get it together, y'all. He got to start rebuking all them spirits on him. That's what he got to do. So we're going to watch another video of Donnie Boy. Okay. I'm trying to see which one I want to play first. Because I have to be a little careful with this one because it's a little on the funny side. Okay, let's see. Let me see which one I want to play. I'm going to play this one. I'm going to play this one for you all.
Donald Trump has never, ever been right in the head.
The late, great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man.
Hit that like button.
Brilliant. Enormous. And then they announced there was snow by snow.
Take a look at the oranges of the investigation.
Venezuela.
If you have a windmill anywhere near your house, they say the noise causes cancer.
I don't know what I said. He has a very special place in the heart.
We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple. Injection inside or almost a clean.
Got an illegal ad.
Learn more at psychopac.org. Anti-Psychopath PAC Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I gotta watch that again.
Never, ever been right in the head.
The late, great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man. An enormous, brilliant, enormous. And then they announced there was snow by snow. Take a look at the oranges of the investigation. Venezuela, if you have a windmill anywhere near your house, they say the noise causes cancer. I don't know what I said. The whole criminal. They have voter ID. They have ID on everything. You buy a loaf of bread, you have ID. The first non-incumbent. The kidney has a very special place in the heart. We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple. Injection inside or almost a cleaner. Is that an illegal ad?
Learn more at psychopath.org. Anti-Psychopath PAC Inc. is.
And y'all want a reality star instead of a president, because that's not presidential. Anything we just saw Donald Trump do, he talking about the what he said, the kidney is in the heart. How did my kidneys get in my heart? Because urine just may poison my heart. How did my kidneys get in my heart? Somebody in the chat, please tell me. Because I did not know my kidneys were in my heart. Donald Trump, he's going to be a scientist apparently, because he knows something that nobody else knows. Donnie boy, maybe that's why he pissing his depends all the time. Because he think his kidneys is in his heart. So when he let it loose, he think there's a lot of love coming to him every time he urinates. I got it. Donnie boy, I'm going to tell you, Donald Trump teach us something new every day, y'all. He's a mad scientist. That's all I can say about Donald Trump. He's a mad scientist. Something ain't right about him. Nothing is right about him. So we're going to go on to the next thing. I think this one is funny too, if I'm not mistaken. I hope it is. I wanted to say, the devil is a liar. Because, honey, my kidneys is not in my heart.
As I've reported on this before, I want to handle this subject with care and with tact, and I want to take it very seriously. It seems that when Donald Trump was giving a speech at the Detroit Economic Club, among other things that occurred when he wasn't attacking Detroit or consistently lying, he seems to have soiled himself during this speech. You can hear it multiple times. It seems that he is letting out gas and potentially fecal matter as well during the speech, and then he tries to kind of cover it up by making a noise. He goes, as he appears to be relieving himself. So
hit the like
play
button.
that clip for you, but I want to show you this is not just the first time this has occurred. Let me show you what went down yesterday when Donald Trump spoke.
Donnie boy can't hold his bowels.
Listen carefully. Let's play it.
This is a catastrophe for the American dream and a dire crisis from commerce to labor to FEMA.
Now, as I mentioned, this has happened frequently with Donald Trump, and we've been covering it here at the Midas Touch Network, and I think it is an important
subscribe.
I know that corporate media is going to avoid it, and there are some people who kind of cover it but like mock it and make fun of it. I want to just report on it and give you the data points right here, because
subscribe to Midas Touch Network. Thank you.
Is significant. How they present themselves.
Hit the like button.
His meeting with world leaders and senators, is he relieving himself in front of them? Is he defecating on the floor in front of them? What is taking place here? I'll just show you, for example, when he was holding himself, it appears, at least, let me be clear, this appears to be what's taking place. And there's some corroborating sources, like significant corroborating sources. Well, the late Dianne Feinstein was sitting next to him once, and he appears to not only let out gas, but he also seems to have also relieved himself as well, and you can see it in her face how disgusted and kind of grossed out she is about what took place. Let's play it here.
So today we're here in a bipartisan fashion to show leadership in an effort to end this senseless violence. It can be ended.
Donald Trump's been doing this as well in front of world leaders. When the president of Turkey, Erdogan, visited the White House, it also appears that Donald Trump relieved himself, let out fecal matter as well, let out gas too in front of Erdogan. You can see the same kind of movement.
I'm gonna pause this a moment. Runway, what's up, Runway? What's up? What's going on with you? What's up with you? If I got caterpillars on my eyebrows, you got my cat on your mouth. Lick it. How about that? Bring it. I will break you down and send you home to your mama crying. Eat it. All of it. Juicy black.
Just like grossed out, repulsed, and then they have to stand there in that just it's described as the filthiest, most disgusting stench you'll ever be around, is how many people describe it. But watch this.
Hit the like button.
And then, of course, we were the ones who broke.
He's an embarrassment. Donald Trump is so embarrassing.
Trump was doing this during the criminal trial, where he was found guilty on 34 separate felony counts. He would fall asleep, and then he would fart, he'd pass gas, and also potentially relieve himself, let out fecal matter.
In his depends.
In front of the people sitting next to him. And we had lots of great sourcing in that courtroom, and lots of people who were sitting next to him who saw it happen. And we also had some insight into that inner circle as well. Same thing, we are just repulsive. And here was our reporting at that time. I'm sure it went mega viral, but I think it was important that we handled that reporting delicately and seriously as we're doing the most recent incident that took place at the Detroit Economic Club, where he appears to have soiled himself again in public. Here, play this clip. Returning to the court proceedings as well, Maggie Haberman reports that Donald Trump continued to fall asleep during the proceedings as well. And what I'm hearing from my sources as well is that, and I'm hearing from credible sources who know what's going on in the courtroom. And what I'm hearing is that, take it for what it's worth, but that Donald Trump is actually farting in the courtroom, and that it's very stinky around him. It's putrid odor in the courtroom, and that Trump's lawyers,
hey Queen Vera,
are like repulsed by the scent and the smell. And I'm not just saying that to be like, oh, funny. I'm actually, we have good sources there. And I'm hearing it from actual credible people that as he's kind of falling asleep, he is actually passing gas, and that his lawyers are really struggling with the smell. I think you'll actually start to hear more of that, but again, from real credible sources. Now, take it for what it's worth. They may be going off the record, on background, and telling me that because of, it's the Midas touch, and they think that we want to hear that. So you could,
Terry, if you want to taste it, just tell me. I'll let my hair down for you. You want to taste it, don't you? And then you insult my lipstick. You want to see these beautiful full lips, don't you? You want these beautiful teeth to touch yours. No, I will sit on your face and let you eat it.
Speeches, he does this routine where he goes like, and what Michael Cohen suggested was Trump's telling that story and going, so that he can soil himself or let out farts or what have you, and kind of mask it with the noise at the same time. And that's why he's telling this story, and in front of all of his people, he's going, here, you can watch what Michael Cohen had to say. And that's where Michael Cohen came up with the name to refer to Donald Trump as Von Schitzenpants. Here, let's play this clip.
Magic, just bad news, bad things are happening. I'm sorry.
It was staring us in the face the whole time, Michael Cohen.
When he's going like, Donald Von Schitzenpants. That's what he was doing. He was trying to figure out a way how he could sort of squeeze that sucker out. Right? It's like, when you see like your baby when they're constipated. That's what Donald's doing. Can we play that again, and I'll show you the exact moment he lets it go.
Magic, just bad news, bad things are happening. I'm sorry.
Right there.
I also spoke with former Republican Congress member Adam Kinzinger, who described Donald Trump's stench as being a combination of ketchup and armpits, and described it as one of the most putrid odors he's ever been around in general. And this is someone, who's been in the military, and he's been around potentially worse smells. But no, this is the worst smell Kinzinger's ever smelled. Here, play this clip. I'm genuinely surprised how people close to Trump haven't talked about the odor. It's truly something to behold. Wear a mask if you can. Then Donald Trump responded to that, and he had his team go after you and say, no, Kinzinger's the one who's smelly. And as Hillary Clinton said, if you could be baited by a tweet, how are you supposed to be expected to handle Vladimir Putin and other authoritarians? And Donald Trump clearly got baited by your tweet and your post. But let's just start with your post. The odor, the stench, the stink. How bad is it? What do you know about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not good. I mean, think about the best way to describe it. I've tried to take armpits, ketchup, like a butt, and kind of put it in a blender and makeup, and put that all in the blender, and you bottle that as a cologne. That's kind of that. But it's amazing. Like I've been amazed that everybody's just kind of like learning about this now. But again, I think the bigger point is he's a weak human being. But look at this. He had his people respond to me on this. By the way, they're always unnamed spokesmen because none of them want to put their names, even though I think I know who's doing this. Like they don't want to put their names behind that because they know that their words.
Vera, they scared of him.
And
I don't understand. Scared of a 78-year-old man? Please.
President Xi of China, they're
black people, we ain't scared of somebody that old. No.
Another Donald Trump term. Because I sat in the Oval Office once when Donald Trump begged a group of us to pull China's ZTE out of the sanctions list from the National Defense Authorization Act because he made a personal promise to President Xi because Xi asked him nicely.
Okay, that's enough of that, y'all. We're going to go on to the next thing because I'm getting a good laugh off of Donald Trump. Oh, I want to show y'all my t-shirt. Look at my Beyonce t-shirt. Ain't this cute? I love Queen Beyonce. She's a baddie. Queen Beyonce. I love Beyonce, y'all. We're going to go on to the next thing because, hey, MAGA going to get mad in a minute because I'm talking about their leader. But Donnie Boy is a hot mess. Was he not taught home training? Who did not teach him manners? Does he not go to the restroom before he gets on the stage for his rallies? Come on, Donald Trump. All that money, you have no manners. Well, money don't give you class. Money can't buy you class. No. Whoa, that Donnie Boy just be letting it loose on that stage, y'all. His people, come on now. Somebody got to start telling Donnie Boy, you stink. You surely stink. Oh, you stink. Somebody, yeah, Runway, y'all need to start telling Donald Trump he stink. And he's being around world leaders and he funky. That's bad representation of the United States. Oh, he embarrassing us, y'all. Donald Trump is so embarrassing. Ugh. Lord, no. Please, Donnie Boy. Don't. Oh, you stink. Whew. Is this the same one?
As I've reported on this before, I want to handle this subject with
okay,
care.
we just watched that. Hold on. I don't want to show y'all the same old thing over and over and over. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to show y'all President Barack Obama when he spoke at the rally. Let me know if y'all want the short version or you want the full version of him speaking when he spoke for VP Kamala Harris, because I want to give y'all the shorter version so we have time to go over everything. Because yesterday I ended up doing 2 videos, 2 lives, because I had so much to show. So I ended up coming back later yesterday evening and I did late night conversations because it was so much I need to show y'all. I didn't get to show y'all in the first live. So do y'all want the shorter version? He does. He look like he smells. He really do. Okay, I'm going to show the shorter version that Midas Touch Network put out. Please subscribe to their channel. It's very informative, educational. I love watching their channel.
Attempts to sell you stuff. Who does that? Selling
A
you
con
gold
artist.
sneakers and $100,000 watch and most recently a Trump Bible. He wants you to buy the Word of God, Donald Trump edition. Got his name right there next to Matthew and Luke. I mean, you could not make this stuff up. If you saw it on Saturday Night Live, you'd say, well, no, that's going too far. No, he's doing that.
Former President Obama has officially hit the campaign trail, and no one does it better. Going on the offense, shredding Donald Trump. It's why Obama is Donald Trump's worst nightmare. No one does it better. Here, former President Obama talks about Donald Trump's ranting and raving in all caps tweets and the chaos and the rambling. Watch this.
I've said it before. Donald Trump is a 78-year-old billionaire who has not stopped whining about his problems since he rode down his golden escalator 9 years ago. You've got the tweets in all caps, the ranting and the raving about crazy conspiracy theory. You got the 2-hour speeches, word salad, just, it's like Fidel Castro. Just on and on.
Obama talks about how Donald Trump tries to take credit for the economy that Obama built for 8 years. Play it.
And then, don't move. I'm going to break you of this habit. And the reason some people think, well, I don't know, I remember that economy when he first came in being pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good because it was my economy.
Amen. Amen, President Obama. Preach, President Obama. Preach. Preach.
It wasn't something he did. I spent 8 years cleaning up the mess that the Republicans had left me the last time. So just in case everybody has a hazy memory, he didn't do nothing except those big tax cuts.
Obama then talks about how if Donald Trump's willing to have his own vice president killed by a mob during an insurrection, why do you think he's going to care about you? Play the clip.
If Donald Trump does not care that a mob might attack his own vice president, do you think he cares about you? Pennsylvania, we do not need 4 more years of that. We don't need 4 more years of arrogance.
Y'all heard what he said. We do not need 4 more years of Donny Boy. The White House, the Oval seat at the desk do not want to smell that piss. It depends anymore. No, no more. We're not going back. No, no.
It's a very simple question here. Well, Trump, why didn't you solve any of these issues when you were actually in office? Play the clip.
But when I hear Donald Trump talking, I've got one question. As I recall,
hit that like button, y'all. Thank you.
And if rounding up and deporting millions of desperate people and building the beautiful wall, and didn't matter whether some of those folks you rounded up were women and children. If that's the answer to everything, well, why didn't you solve the problem? Why were the number of immigrants basically the same when you left office as when you took office? I'll tell you why. Because he didn't have a real plan.
Amen.
He had talking points. He had concepts of a plan. And the plan was mean and ugly. And it was designed to enhance his politics and make people angry, not to solve the problem. You know what You know what would actually help bring order to the border and fix our immigration system? The bipartisan deal that Kamala Harris supported, even though it's written by one of the most conservative Republicans in Congress, the same bill that Donald Trump tanked on purpose because he thinks fear-mongering is how he's going to win this election. He told Republicans, even the ones who had originally supported, don't vote for it because he doesn't want the problem solved. We don't need a president who will make problems worse just to make his own political circumstances better. We need a president who actually cares about solving problems and making your life better. And that's what Kamala Harris will do.
Preach.
President Obama then talks about Donald Trump's attack on our military. Play it.
And President Biden and Vice President Harris were down there meeting with local officials and comforting families, asking how they could help. And Donald Trump at a rally just started making up stories about the Biden administration withholding aid from Republican areas and siphoning off aid to give to undocumented immigrants. Just made the stuff up. Everybody knew it wasn't true. Even local Republicans said it was not true. And now the people of Florida are dealing with another devastating.
Hit the like button, y'all. Thank you.
I want you to watch what happens over the next few days, just like the last time. You're going to have leaders who try to help, and then you have a guy who will just lie about it to score political points, and this has consequences. Because people are afraid, and they've lost everything, and now they're trying to figure out, how do I apply for help? And some of them may be discouraged from getting the help they need. The idea of intentionally trying to deceive people in their most desperate and vulnerable moments. And my question is, when did that become okay? I'm not looking for applause right now. You know, people who didn't vote for me, who didn't agree with me on it. I have friends who disagreed with me on every issue. When did that become okay? Why would we go along with that? I mean, if your coworkers acted like that, they wouldn't be your coworkers very long. If you're in business and somebody you're doing business with just outright lies and manipulates, you stop doing business with them. Even if you had a family member who acted like that, you might still love them, but you tell them you got a problem and you wouldn't put them in charge of anything. And yet when Donald Trump lies or cheats or shows utter disregard for our Constitution, when he calls POWs losers or fellow citizens vermin, people make excuses for it. They think it's okay. They think, well, at least he's owning the libs. He's really sticking it to them. It's okay as long as our side wins. And by the way, I'm sorry, gentlemen. I've noticed this especially with some men who seem to think Trump's behavior, the bullying and the putting people down, is a sign of strength.
Preach. Preach. Tell him, Obama. Tell him, President Obama.
I'm here to tell you, that is not what real strength is.
Amen.
It never has been.
Set example. That's what they need to do. The men should set an example.
And carrying a heavy load without complaining. Real strength is about taking responsibility for your actions and telling the truth, even when it's inconvenient. Real Real strength is about helping people who need it and standing up for those who can't always stand up for themselves. That is what we should want for our daughters and for our sons. And that is what I want to see in a president of the United States of America.
One of my favorite moments of former President Obama's speech right here, saying, do you think that Donald Trump's ever bought diapers before? And then you'll hear someone in the crowd listen up. He goes, maybe his own. Here, play it.
Or car seat. Or diapers. I remember buying diapers. I remember the first time I went in the store, right after Malia was born. I was like, what?
Hit the like button, please.
I remember changing diapers. You think Donald Trump ever changed a diaper? Yeah. I almost said that, but I decided I shouldn't.
That guy said his own diaper.
Former President Obama talking about Governor Walz. Let's play it.
She will have an outstanding party in Governor Tim Walz.
Yes, I love Tim Walz.
Tim is a veteran. He is a teacher. He's a coach. He's a hunter. He's been a great governor working with Democrats and Republicans to get stuff done. He can also take a vintage truck apart and put it back together again. You think Donald Trump can do that? For that matter, do you think Donald Trump has ever changed a tire in his life? I'm just trying to picture it.
Former President Obama says, get off your couch and vote. Let's play it.
And the good news is that you have candidates to vote for in this election that demonstrate that kind of character, who know what real strength looks like, who will set a good example and do the right thing and lead this country better than they found it. So, Pennsylvania, that is the choice in this election. It's not just about policies that are on the ballot. It is about values. And it is about character. So whether this election is making you feel excited or scared or hopeful or frustrated or anything in between, do not just sit back and hope for the best. Get off your couch
and vote.
Put down your phone and vote. Grab your friends and family and vote. Vote for Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States. Vote for Tim Walz.
Yes.
As Vice President of the United States. Vote for Bob Casey.
Yes.
And this whole incredible Pennsylvania Democratic ticket. Help your friends and family members and neighbors and co-workers do the same. Because if enough of us make our voices heard, we will leave no doubt about the election.
Yes.
Trump. We'll leave no doubt about who we are and what America stands for. And together we'll keep building a country that's more fair and more equal and more just and more free. That is our task. That is our responsibility. Let's go do it.
Then President Obama talks about when Donald Trump says that, like, I'm the protector of women and everybody wanted Roe v. Wade overturned. Play it.
And it has been fascinating to watch Donald Trump just tie himself into a pretzel on this issue. And when he ran for president the first time, he said he would support punishing women who got an abortion. That's what he said. Thank you. Now, well, a couple weeks ago, what did he say? He said, don't worry, women, I'll be your protector.
I'll tell you how he protected you. He handpicked 3 of the Supreme Court justices who overturned Roe versus Wade. Went out there and bragged about it. And now there are Trump abortion bans in 20 states, many of them with no exception for rape or incest. And when he's asked about it, he says, well, everybody wanted it this way. Really? He thinks women want to have to drive hundreds of miles to find a doctor who can help them? Does he think doctors want to choose between letting a woman die or going to jail for giving her the life-saving care that she needs? That is not something people chose. Now, Donald Trump may be confused about that issue. But let's not be confused. Let's be clear about what's at stake here. If you send Bob Casey back to the Senate, he'll vote to restore reproductive freedom that women had for nearly 50 years. And if Congress passes that bill, Kamala Harris will sign it into law.
Former President Obama continues on this important topic. Let's play it.
And when he's asked about it, he says, well, everybody wanted it this way. Really?
Okay. I enjoyed President Obama, but we got to get on to the next subject.
Does he think doctors?
I love listening to President Obama. That's what doing a rally is about. Hitting all those bullet points. Major things to talk about. Not talking about Hannibal Lecter, sharks eating you, getting electrocuted, and passing gas at the same time and pooping in your piss, it depends. That's not what a rally's supposed to be about. Start getting Donald Trump some pointers, MAGA, because his rallies suck. He doesn't tell what you need to hear. He talk about nonsense. What President Obama his rally, him speaking, amazing. Excellent. Excellent speaker. Excelente. That's what you're supposed to give at a rally. Donald Trump give y'all BS at a rally. Who wants to go listen to somebody running for president but do not know policy, do not know how to speak with intelligence? Donald Trump is not a man of intelligence. He's just a spoiled 2-year-old that has been given a bunch of money, and he has messed up a lot of his father's money, and that's why he out there selling stuff like it's a flea market. That is not a billionaire. A billionaire would not be having to sell stuff like that. No. Look at Mark Cuban. Top notch. Mark Cuban endorsed VP Kamala Harris. Woo! And Donald Trump is no one's protector because he didn't protect his wife's heart when she was pregnant and he was busy sticking and moving with a porn star. Huh? Did he protect Melania? No, he didn't even wear protection. You want to be a protector for other women? How you going to protect other women? You don't protect your wife. Your wife should be first. God, you, your wife, and children. But you didn't care about her enough to not get out there and stick and move with another woman. Did you protect Melania? No. Hold on, you guys. Just a moment, okay? Donald Trump don't care about anybody. Again, we have 24 days before November 5th, which is Election Day. Make sure you guys are registered. It doesn't matter which candidate you're voting for. Just make sure you register and make sure you vote because your vote counts.
What are your plans, or do you have plans to support that subgroup of immigrants who have been here their whole lives, or most of them, and have to live and die in the shadows?
I'm so sorry for you. You must remember your mother as she lived.
Mm-hmm.
I have enough of a feeling about your strength that it probably comes from her to know. She would want you to remember her as she lived and not as she died, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, let's take it one step at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents were here for years, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
And your father was able to earn his pathway to citizenship, but your mother was not. And I'm going to assume it's because part of the problem is that we do have a broken immigration system, including it being the case that even though when we were elected in 2020, and the first bill we offered Congress, before we did the bipartisan infrastructure bill, before we did the work on gun safety, before we did the work on investing in chips and science, the first bill we offered within hours of taking the oath was a bill to fix the immigration system, including creating a comprehensive earned pathway to citizenship for hardworking people. And it was not taken up. And now we look at a situation where people are suffering. The reality is that in terms of having access to health care, had your mother been able to gain citizenship, she would have been entitled to health care that may have alleviated her suffering and yours. And this is one example of the fact that there are real people who are suffering.
That's sad. It makes me want to cry. I got to gather myself because I don't want to cry. When I see people cry about their parents, because I lost my parents very young, it makes me a little emotional. Oh, Donald Trump, he's harping on Detroit. The things he said about Detroit, it does not surprise me, you guys. It just doesn't.
They said we were dead.
Detroit waving the white flag, the city filing for bankruptcy.
That our best days were behind us. That living here is like
Living in hell.
But you know what we said? We said, "F that." We rebuilt ourselves. We looked out for each other, got our hands dirty, and put in the hard work. And this guy, he don't know anything about that. We are a city of winners, of up-and-comers, of builders, the Motor City. Bigger and better. Here, we believe in freedom. We don't bow down to nobody, and we never will. And so what Donald Trump doesn't understand, or care to learn, is that when he said
Our whole country will end up being like Detroit if she's your president.
that he should be so goddamn lucky,
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
they said we
Detroit said the devil is a liar. Yeah. Victory is won. Hey, Detroit said Donald Trump, shut up, be quiet. Hey, we growing over here in Detroit. Detroit is the Motor City from automobiles. And nothing but greatness came out of there. Muhammad Ali, yeah. Trump, sit down, be humble. Little boy, little 2-year-old having a temper tantrum.
Emergency after Hurricane Helene.
Total devastation.
People have never seen anything like that.
Donald Trump amplifying false claims.
Is seriously hindering rescue and recovery operations.
Also demoralizing to all of the first responders.
This misinformation could actually prevent people from getting the critical help that they need.
The problems getting so out of hand. Dangerous, truly dangerous.
Spiraling emergency after Hurricane Helene.
Donald Trump, he don't do nothing but lie. MAGA take up for him when he ain't nothing but a liar. We all know that man is nothing but a liar. That's all he do is lie. And MAGA, they gonna take up for him, y'all. So don't waste your time in this chat arguing with them because they know no better. Apparently, they wasn't raised right, so ignorance is bliss in that camp, in the MAGA cult.
Steve, I love you.
Listen, it was my joy. We had friendship the moment we met. Tell us, what are your thoughts about our sister who's going to be the next president? Years before people knew who she was. I'm very happy for the future. I'm very happy because I know and believe that she will be the next president of these United States. And, truthfully, not to make you guys feel bad, but it takes a woman. But not just any woman, a wonderful woman. And she has done the work consistently. She's had humility and compassion consistently. And so I want to continue to write and be inspired by the very place that has been my inspiration. The various cultures, the various people
we need to really fix what's going on here.
In a heart,
You have to live in the truth. And the truth is, we have been brought together for reasons far bigger than you and I.
I agree with
That's
him.
what I believe.
God brings unity. VP Kamala Harris and Tim Walz about unity. They're not about chaos and division. The character that's about chaos and division, that is Donald J. Trump. That's what he talks about in his rallies. He never talks about upbuilding you all. He never talks about bringing us together as one, the United States. He never does that. You can't build a positive atmosphere and country speaking negativity and hate. Hate causes nothing but division, and that is not what the love of God is about. So don't waste your time buying his Bibles, because it's nothing but nonsense, because he's not selling those Bibles for the true purpose of God. He's selling those Bibles for profit. And it has nothing to do with caring about you, MAGA. You're never going to learn. You will not learn till he loses and you feel that pain of your candidate being a loser again, because he lost in 2020 to who? President Joe Biden, the great Joe Biden. That's who Donald Trump lost to. And he's going to lose to a black woman. Sit with it. Get your Kleenex ready. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. Hey, you might as well go sit with your boy Donnie Boy, his pissy depends. Because he won't win. He won't win, Mega. Y'all know it in your hearts. He's not going to win. But bless your little soul. You got hope. At least you got that. If you don't have nothing else, y'all MAGA got hope. A hope and a dream. But you know what? Inaugurations on Martin Luther King's birthday. I have a dream. And our dream will be real and live. VP Kamala Harris will be President Kamala Harris. And her husband, the first man, Doug Efner, will be right there beside her, because you would not see Donald Trump and Melania Trump there. Melania doesn't want to be there. She don't want to be with him. She don't even sleep in the same bedroom with him. But I tell you what, VP Kamala Harris and Doug every night. Because you see love all over that couple. You don't see love with Donald Trump and Melania. She ain't even there for his rallies. She don't love him. She don't even want him. Who want that trash bag? A big blubber Michelin blimp. No. And he walking around with black women's makeup on. Some days it's blacker than a black woman. I don't know what race that makeup is, but it's horrible. We're going to be celebrating November 6th, the 5th. The devil is a liar. VP Harris won. That's what we're going to be celebrating. So y'all better get ready for it, because we are ready. Ain't we ready? Who we ready for? VP Kamala Harris. She going to win? Who going to win? Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Yes, they will, and yes, they can. Who going to win? Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Yes. I want to show y'all something that I find so humorous. And I don't know why y'all would not tell this man to get a better toupee. Please give him more money. Yeah, keep buying that flea market stuff. Why y'all let Donnie come out the house like this? Why would y'all do that to Donald Trump? When the wind blows, that toupee blows. Stop mistreating your leader. Look at him. Just look at him. Stop mistreating your leader. Because we uplift VP Kamala Harris. We don't mistreat her. I'm going to give y'all some old Trump, because they love Trump. They love to watch videos about their man. And it's so sad. The men in this chat is on his yacht more than anybody. They're on his Joan more than anybody. They're on his pissy depends more than the women are. It's sad. Y'all ain't even on your wife like that. Go over in the next room and give your wife a kiss and tell you love her. But no, you too busy worried about Donald Trump. Donnie ain't getting on and you ain't getting on. That's a bad combination. Falling up behind a loser makes you a loser. Because VP Kamala Harris will be president November 5th. She's very presidential already. Accept it. Sit with it. Saw in it like Donald Trump with his pissy depends. Sit in all of that and just saw with it, okay? I can't help she great. Donald Trump go and do rallies and talk about nonsense. VP Kamala Harris, she's in the presidential. After the debate, she walked up so presidential, shook his hand, and she stole his joy by shaking his hand. He didn't know how to handle her. She broke him shaking his hand. He was weak. Like that song, I get so weak in the knees. That's Donny Boy. He got weak in the knees. But Kamala Harris wouldn't have him. No, she wouldn't.
Donald Trump went into Detroit today and gave Kamala a huge gift because while in Detroit, while speaking there, Donald Trump thought it would be in his best interest to trash the city of Detroit the same way he did with Milwaukee. The only difference is this is on camera. Take a listen to this.
Unless the whole country is going to be like, you want to know the truth? It'll be like Detroit. Our whole country will end up being like Detroit if she's your president. You're going to have a mess on your hands.
The city of Detroit is not a mess. The city of Detroit is actually a thriving city. It has its problems, just like any place would. But Detroit is doing well. For Donald Trump to go into Detroit and decide that he is going to trash the city the same way he did Milwaukee, although he denied Milwaukee, is only going to motivate the people there, the people that want to vote against him. And turnout is going to be the key. And thanks to Donald Trump, he did something that Kamala Harris would have to do herself by going there, motivating the anti-Trump voter. If we can have turnout in the big cities the way we did in 2008 and 2012, Kamala Harris is on her way to victory.
Kamala Harris, she got this, y'all. She has already won. The polls tell us everything. Donny Boy, with the pissy depends, he just can't compete in any form. He's a loser. You can't tell me any different, Mega, because didn't he lose in 2020? Yes, he did. And he tried to steal the election when January 6, 2021 is when he tried to steal the election. Yes, he did. And that's why he's in trouble now. And they're going to sentence him on November 26th. He even went as far to try to get Mike Pence to lie for him. I'm going to let Mike Pence talk for y'all. What is wrong with your candidate? He's so manipulative. He's Damien from the movie Damien, the Antichrist, the devil's son. That's who Donald Trump is. But it wasn't the father that was much of the problem. I heard his mother was the problem. Donald Trump is just screwed, chopped and screwed. And that hair is chopped and screwed. That fake tan of black ladies' makeup is chopped and screwed. His body is chopped and screwed. Everything about Donald Trump is chopped and screwed. His rallies are chopped and screwed. The audience leaving out of there because they're so tired of listening to him. Every rally he go to, he repeat the same stupid, simple-minded stuff. Every rally.
In the issue being turned over to the House of Representatives, and literally chaos would have ensued. So, Martha, I just people can read the indictment, and frankly, I've said before, I had hoped it had not come to this point. You know, I don't know if the government can meet the standard, the burden of proof beyond reasonable doubt for criminal charges, but the American people deserve to know that President Trump and his advisors didn't just ask me to pause. They asked me to reject votes, return votes, essentially to overturn the election, and to keep faith with the oath that I made to the American people and to Almighty God. I rejected that out of hand, and I did my duty.
Hit that like button.
Irrespective of
Thank you.
I want the American people to know that I had no right to overturn the election. And then on that day, President Trump asked me to put him over the Constitution, but I chose the Constitution, and I always will. And I really do believe that anyone who puts themselves over the Constitution should never be president of the United States. And anyone who asks someone else to put themselves over the Constitution should never be president of the United States again. I've been very forthright about this issue. I'll continue to.
In turn faced threats against his own life from the MAGA crowd who stormed the Capitol, which, you know, in case anyone forgot, happened. And that's why we are forced to see this face on the VP debate stage instead of Mike Pence, which Tim Walz did a great job of reminding everyone.
This one is troubling to me, and I say that because I think we need to tell the story. Donald Trump refused to acknowledge this, and the fact is that I don't think we can be the frog in the pot and let the boiling water go up. He was very clear. I mean, he lost this election, and he said he did. 140 police officers were beaten at the Capitol that day, some with the American flag, several later died. And it wasn't just in there. In Minnesota, a group gathered on the state capitol grounds in St. Paul and said, we're marching to the governor's residence and there may be casualties. The only person there was my son and his dog, who was rushed.
So what y'all's gonna do? Hurt Tim Walz' son? MAGA. Tim Walz, Governor Tim Walz just stated, who will be our vice president, just stated the only person that was at the state capitol in Minnesota was his son and dog. Why did y'all go there? Mike Pence was not there. Why would y'all want to hurt us, his son and his dog? I guess the same way Hulk Hogan want to hurt VP Kamala Harris. The same way Elon Musk is dog whistling for something to happen to VP Kamala Harris. President Kamala Harris. Sit with it. Sit in it. I don't know how MAGA became such a screwed up bunch of people. Did y'all not get enough love when you was young? That doesn't even matter because I had a horrible childhood, but I was taught about love. Love is important. Sit with yourself and cover your heart and ask God, show me how to love. Show me not to be angry like Donald Trump. I want to be a better steward unto you, God. That's what you got to ask of God. So I'm going to read to y'all this about VP Kamala Harris, okay? I'm going to read it to y'all. Kamala Harris agrees to do a live on CNN Town Hall, at CNN Town Hall. Vice President Kamala Harris will participate in a live town hall on CNN on October the 23rd after Donald Trump refused to participate in another debate following his disastrous performance on ABC. He didn't want to do another debate because she mollywhopped him at the last one. She had him in the headlock. He couldn't breathe. He started saying, they're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Because he has nothing else to offer America but a bunch of nonsense and a bunch of word vomiting from his mouth. He doesn't have the intelligence or the knowledge that VP Kamala Harris has, nor the education. And if we compare Donald Trump and Melania to VP Kamala Harris and Doug Efnoff, there's no comparison. Their education would chew them apart. Donald Trump, go to school. I know people, they still go to school and graduate. They go to college and graduate. They go to universities and graduate. You may need to go a couple years because you're slowing behind. No one has updated you about things and you're still living in the Stone Age. Walking around in a pissy depends. And the lies he put out about the hurricane, that was not good. Mega, why do y'all support somebody that make up the most craziest lies? And they're dangerous lies. They're dangerous because a lot of the older, elderly MAGA people, they believe what Donald Trump says, so they're not taking the help from FEMA. Donald Trump is a danger to the United States of America. He's not helpful in any form. He hasn't done anything but hurt this country. Even in his rallies, when he's speaking of hatred and a bunch of nonsense. And it's not doing anything but killing your brain cells. And to keep spewing out hate to y'all every rally, y'all are becoming more angrier people, and you hate the black and brown people because Donald Trump are telling y'all not to like black and brown people. What have black and brown people done to you all, MAGA? Put it in the chat. What has black and brown people done to hurt you? Tell us. We want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, I want y'all to really see this. Let me take a sip of water. This is a video y'all really need to hear.
Watch this clip, and let's talk about it on the other side.
What do you think happened with the hurricanes?
I think there was an upcoming storm, and then I think the government set in with whatever it is that they do. I don't know all the specifics. Cloud seeding or whatever it is that they use to magnify storms to a higher degree, disturb a land.
Can y'all hear this? Because she's speaking low.
taking
She's speaking too low, whoever she is.
Or
So they made the storm stronger, so it would.
Y'all just
it
gonna
would
hear
hit
the audio because she speaks too low.
this one.
You think that Milton, they're making it stronger?
Went from a 2
This a
to
Trump
immediately
supporter
to a
speaking.
5
MAGA.
instantaneously.
You're implying that the government made a hurricane stronger to hurt its own country, the
Thank
United
you,
States
Terry.
of America?
Correct.
And what would be the gain
It's
of that?
sad that these people really think
When
this way.
if like there's been people out there, if they have an Alexa, I don't know if you've heard that, and they've asked what caused Milton. You can go on there now. It's already predicted the number of deaths and the amount of. It's already predicted it. You on a Google, it won't do that. If you ask it about Helene, it'll tell you the government actively used seed clouding. This is before Helene even happened.
Why would a country want to have a hurricane be strong and hit its own country?
Because they want to
Y'all hear
control
that?
certain places, and if you're
A
looking
bunch
at
of
where
nonsense
the
from a
hurricane's going,
MAGA.
it's a lot of red states. If you're looking at the counties in North Carolina that were hit, there were all of them. 26 out of 28 of those counties were for Trump. They're doing whatever.
So she's saying that
Even control the weather?
that the government want to stop people in that area from voting for Trump, so they created the hurricanes. I have heard it all, y'all. It just get worse for MAGA. MAGA, are y'all serious? Have y'all not thought about maybe God caused that to happen in those areas because y'all hearts are not pure, that your hearts are filthy from listening to Donald Trump? MAGA something else. The stuff that comes out of their mouth, I'm like, God, do they really believe what they're saying? There's no way you really believe that the government caused the hurricanes. Come on, MAGA. There's no way. Come on. I know y'all don't believe that. What she just spewed out of her mouth, tell me in the chat, MAGA. Do y'all really believe that the government caused these hurricanes to stop Donald Trump supporters from voting? Because that's what your MAGA affiliate just said. I know there's no way y'all can believe that. Come on. I know y'all mind and heart is better than that. Hit that like button. It's 115 in here. Please hit the like button. Thank you. But I'm about to show y'all something else. There's no way your hearts can believe that. I just don't want to believe that MAGA believes that. I got to give y'all some credit. Y'all cannot possibly believe that. Fix it, Jesus. There's no way. I never heard of so much nonsense in my life till Donald Trump come along. We have never had this much of a circus until Donald Trump came along. When he decided he wanted to be president, it actually started in 2016. I have never heard of such a circus in my life. And he's a circus.
My name is Donald J. Trump. I'm This is Kamala. She's the fucking hurricane star.
MAGA losing it. I don't know if y'all heard it. Can y'all hear it? MAGA, y'all are crazy because that's a Trump supporter.
I'm here. You're evacuating.
Y'all really believe Kamala Harris sent the hurricane? Kamala Harris do not think about y'all like that. Y'all are not crossing her beautiful mind. MAGA freaking out. They freaking out real bad. I know why y'all freaking out, because you know your candidate is gonna lose. So y'all losing it. You're losing it. So we're gonna hear a little bit more Donald Trump lies. Now I think we're just gonna get on over to P. Diddy. It's been something talking about Donald Trump, because every day is something different with Donnie Boy. From him letting loose in his clothes while at the rally speaking, from Donald Trump telling more lies, speaking ill of other politicians, lying on them.
Trump is a convicted felon adjudicated rapist and a congenital liar. He's a racist, sexist, misogynistic narcissist who wants to use the levers of power.
That's what he feel about Danny Boy.
Donald Trump is a convicted felon, an adjudicated rapist, and a congenital liar. He's a racist, sexist, misogynistic narcissist who wants to use the levers of power.
Straight facts. Did he lie? Did he lie? No, he didn't lie. He told the truth about Donald Trump. He told the truth about your candidate. And I hope it's okay with y'all that he's telling the truth about your candidate. I hope it doesn't break your achy, breaky heart. So we're going to go on to Diddy's case right quick. I'm going to show y'all a video that's pertaining to old Diddy Bop. Well, I'm going to play the audio, okay?
Let's bring in criminal defense attorney
This
Stacey
is
Schneider.
P. Diddy's
Stacey,
trial,
you say
his
today's
case.
indictment reads like a mob indictment. What was most shocking to you of all these allegations?
Yeah, the fact, Jake, that the government in this indictment presented evidence alleging that Sean Combs was running a criminal enterprise, and they actually named it in the
Let me know if y'all can hear it.
Combs Enterprise. And they said that this enterprise consisted of him as the alleged
Hit the
leader,
like button,
his
please. Come
employees,
on, please hit the
assistants,
like button.
staff, allegedly, that were able to procure women and alleged male sex workers to engage in performances for his own sexual gratification. Where it differs from a mob indictment, it has all the elements of putting together this racketeering allegation of all these moving pieces using resources from his businesses. But the fact that this is about an allegation of sexual gratification being accomplished by alleged human trafficking. It's one of the most unique indictments I've ever seen in this area, in the area of sex crimes, because the government isn't actually prosecuting the sex crimes other than the human trafficking or the sex trafficking. They're not prosecuting any type of alleged sexual abuse to women, although that's part of this racketeering scheme. But the actual charges are racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transporting individuals over
this
state
is about
lines
Diddy,
to
you
engage
all.
in prostitution.
Puff Daddy.
The reasoning around all of this, his alleged motivation
Sean
presented in
Combs.
that indictment by the government is for his own personal gratification. And that's just the strangest type of indictment I've ever seen. But I agree with you. This indictment reads, it's very disturbing. The facts presented are out of a very bad
MC, this is
Hollywood
about
story.
P. Diddy, his
And
charges.
a lot of the evidence, alleged evidence, that's been gathered in this case was from those two raids that were conducted on his personal homes in Miami and Los Angeles. And the indictment names that the things seized that he allegedly made videos of these sexual performances that have been named freak
For as Donald Trump, he has a
seems to be
sentencing
ton
on
of
November
evidence
26th,
allegedly
Donald Trump, for
tying
his
this
crimes
scheme
on November
together.
26th.
So it's an interesting way of prosecuting it, but I understand why they did it that way.
So what did you make of what Elizabeth Wagmeister just reported? And obviously, Sean Diddy Combs and his attorneys they're gonna get their day in court. But the idea that the government, in their characterization, does not say that anybody did any of these things non-consensually. What do you make of that?
I make of that as being a big flaw already.
Hey, LaSwan, how you doing? Thank you for coming to my live.
Was quick to point out. Even if he was engaging in this alleged
Coca-Cola, you just disappointed. I talk about Donald Trump and I tell the truth and put out the facts about Donald Trump. Bless your soul. You're a weak man that could never get with a woman, so you prefer to sleep with a blow-up doll. Bless your soul.
Sound to be offensive, and that's a very important part of the case. What was the consent?
You in my chat, I'm not in your chat, so some reason you over here. So enjoy the view, because you don't have beauty at home in the bed, which you got to blow up doll.
About how he was using the resources
no woman would touch you,
from his
nor a man.
His businesses, his well-known
stay away from children. I don't trust you.
His clothing line resources, his liquor line resources. Allegedly, there were funds used from their resources to engage in this alleged prostitution activity across state lines, and that's why it's a federal case, because it's across straight lines. So there are some problems that the defense has brought up originally, but it seems like just from reading this 14-page indictment that there is enough physical evidence to perhaps get a conviction in this case.
He will be convicted. I believe P. Diddy would definitely be convicted. He's not getting out of this.
About their ability to handle the scope and complexity of the case.
Too many victims.
But still, why do you think it took
men,
them so
women,
long for
children?
them to go after Combs,
he's not getting out
the
with
alleged
this.
crimes have been going on for more than a decade?
Too many victims.
My theory is that the government had an easy time putting together this final prosecution because of all the civil actions existing against Sean Combs right now. The case with Cassie, which that
MC,
video
that really bothers me really bad.
He was seen assaulting
and
her.
just think about all the years we were bopping to his music, and we did not know that he was messing with children.
Investigators
we knew he was a horrible man, but we didn't know all of this was going on.
That was just handed to them from the attorneys who prepared the civil cases that are now pending against him. I think things just started piling up, and eventually Sean Combs got to a place where his luck ran out, and therefore
thank you for coming to my live. Please hit the like button. Thank you.
With everything we have, as is he, and eventually he's going to be shown to be innocent.
That was the attorney for music mogul Sean Diddy Combs vowing to fight for Combs after a judge denied the rapper and music mogul
I know your
bail
mama is a streetwalker.
And ordered him to stay in federal detention until the beginning of his criminal sex crimes trial. Combs faces 3 federal charges: racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs has pleaded not guilty to those charges. In an unsealed indictment, prosecutors allege Combs, quote, abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct, unquote. It goes on to say, quote, on numerous occasions from at least in or about 2009 and continuing for years, Combs assaulted women, among other things.
Yeah, he's another diddler.
Throwing objects at
he likes to try to fondle children. I'm calling the police on you.
For years, a celebrated artist. His work is credited with
you're another diddler. You ain't nothing but another Diddy and Donald Trump.
Such as Christopher Wallace, better known as Notorious B.I.G. And now Combs is obviously a criminal defendant. CNN's Ellie Honig, who used to work as a prosecutor,
Donald Trump has been found not innocent. He's been found guilty on 34 felonies.
Combs' attorney said they're appealing the decision on bail. How likely
he
is
will
that
go to prison November 26th.
So people understand
because
what
they're going
happened.
to
The judge who
sentence
made the
Donald
decision
Trump
was a
November
magistrate
26th.
judge. That is essentially a
deal
judge who
with
handles
it.
ministerial
Your
tasks
savior is
and
going to be
initial appearances.
locked.
Tomorrow, the defense will take the case to the district judge. That's the judge who will handle this case all the way through trial. If I had to guess, I would say the district judge will agree with the magistrate judge and keep Sean Combs locked up. First of all,
yes,
the law
lock
says
him
that
up.
when a person's facing
Lock
the charge
him
of Sean
up.
Combs is facing the
he ain't gonna be
presumption
that
is that he gets
in
locked up
prison.
pending trial. So the field is
he's gonna be looking a mess. Oh my God! And then his stomach, he can't wear that girdle. The girdle Donald Trump wears when he goes to the rallies. He won't be able to wear that girdle.
Prosecutors argued intensely
he's going to show that fat
Sean
gut.
Combs is engaged in constant obstruction of justice, intimidating witnesses, bribing witnesses, and
I'm gonna show y'all his stomach in a moment.
Judges when they're considering bail.
What do you make of the charges and the indictment? Does it seem solid to you? One of the responses from Sean Combs' defense team seemed to be they don't have any.
I don't have enough of that one. Hold on, you guys. One moment. More about the diddler. Oh, Diddy. You ain't getting out, boy. I don't care how many attorneys he get. It doesn't matter how much Alex Shapiro fight for him. She's like one of the top attorneys. It don't matter. Diddy won't get out, y'all. There's no sympathy in this house for Diddy, nor in my chat or my channel for Diddy. As he just stated, these are his charges: racketeering, trafficking, transportation of engagement in prostitution. He ain't getting out. Racketeering? No, they're not going to let him out. And also with the charges from the minors, no, he won't get out. As stated, abuse, threaten, coerce women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. Right before they arrested him, he had called one of the witnesses 59 times to get her to lie for him against Dawn Richards. Well, she called herself Dawn Richard, but Dawn Richards. Diddy is a danger. He is a menace to society. He would not see the day of life. It's not happening. He's a danger to society, and we don't need a menace running the streets, running the ruckers. We don't need that. Well, you all, we have been on here for quite some time. Did I show y'all the Taylor Swift? What Donnie Boy said about Taylor Swift? Hold on. I can't forget about her because she endorsed our queen, VP Kamala Harris. How have I forsaken her? Queen Taylor Swift.
I do two things.
When this commercial goes off, I'm going to show y'all, okay? I can't believe I did that.
Hi, I'm Ronnie. I'm the owner of Kipatov, and I think...
Hey, why are we mad?
This my boy Black Boot. Subscribe to his channel, Black Boot Official.
Fascist kind. Why are we mad at her about that? I thought that, you know, we like the idea of helping out people in need, you know. Taylor Swift just being a patriot, helping people out. $5 million, her own money she did right there. Now, I know that we say she's just politicking and stuff like that, but she's not, y'all. I mean, Taylor Swift has always given money. I mean, she's given $500 million in the past to charities and stuff like that. So this ain't new to her, you know. I don't know why we'd be hating on her for that. Now, what we should be doing is getting some of our own big time celebrities to donate some money to help out, you know. I mean, we've got
MAGA, do your job, MAGA.
Vanilla Ice, a Ninja Turtle, and an Elvis
Hulk Hogan.
They ain't giving no money, you know. So I don't know why we're mad at Taylor Swift whenever our own big time celebrities ain't giving no money. But you know, Ted Nugent and that Kid Rock, they don't really even get themselves in politics unless it has to do with pew-pews, people being gay or transgendered, and that fires them up right there. I mean, they get themselves right involved with that stuff. But I think that's just compensation because I think that they are in a secret love affair, Ted and Kid. You know, I bet there's tapes. But anyway, yes.
Because it froze. I'm gonna be getting out of here after this, okay? I apologize for it freezing.
He don't give money. Now we know that. Now he did try to take credit for it, just like he did with Obama's economy, you know. But so anyway, Trump ain't giving nothing. Now I know that we heard that Elon Musk that he donated some Starlink to them people. No, what he gave them was a contract, y'all. He capitalized on hurricane victims of what he did. So he gave him a $50 rebate on the initial install fee of that equipment that you got to have for Starlink that cost $400. He gave him $50 off, and then 30 days free.
Hit the like button before you leave out. Thank you.
$120 a month, which is the same deal everybody gets. So basically, he gave him a $50 rebate on some equipment that probably cost him $20. So he ain't giving, and he's the richest man in the world, you know. Speaking of the richest man in the world, hey, what is it with us, y'all, that we love us some people that was born with a silver spoon in their mouth, you know, just trust fund babies, you know, like Donald Trump, you know, $400 million from his daddy, and Elon Musk, his parents own a diamond mine, for goodness sake. Oh, and that Kid Rock, you know, he come from a big-time wealthy family. He acts like he pulled himself up from his bootstraps. We love some people that was born with a silver spoon, don't we? Did y'all watch Silver Spoons? You watch a lot of Silver Spoons, y'all. When you was a kid, did you watch it and you wish that your mommies and daddies would buy you a choo-choo train to take you all over your house, your trailer, or something, and they never did, hurt your feelings, and now then you idolize people that was born with silver spoons in their mouths. That's probably it. But anyway, hey, let's not hate on Taylor Swift, okay? I know the real reason why we're hating on her is because she's about to have 3 concerts in the state of Florida, right down there in Miami, just before the election, and she's going to turn Florida blue, its rightful color. So we're mad at her about that, and it ain't really about the money so much as that it's about her influence. That's what we're mad about. But like I said, now we've got some influential big-time celebrities right there that need to get off their butts and help us out here. Donate some money. Help some people out. You know, Ted Nugent, Kid Rock, Vanilla Ice, a Ninja Turtle, and an Elvis.
All right. So anyway, let's not be hating on Taylor Swift. You know, we got to keep up with the Swifties is what we got to do. Don't be hating. All right. All right. So and make Trump 2024.
Yeah, stop hating on Taylor Swift, MAGA. Recognize greatness. I don't know what it is with MAGA. Anybody that's great, they just don't like them. They have hate in their heart. And Taylor Swift doesn't bother anybody. No one. Where's the love? Oh, Taylor, I swear. I've never seen anything like it. Y'all give Taylor Swift a hard time. And here go Dunny Boy talking about, I hate Taylor Swift. Y'all remember that? That's your candidate. Supposed to be a president. Texting and posting on Twitter he hates Taylor Swift. That's not presidential. It ain't presidential at all. Donald Trump is just mad that Taylor Swift look better than Melania. That's the problem. Honest belief, that's the problem. Taylor Swift says, look what Taylor Swift said. Vote for VP Kamala Harris. That's Taylor Swift. She said, vote for Kamala. Get out and vote for Kamala. I'm voting Tuesday for VP Kamala Harris. I thank each and every last one of you beautiful kings and queens, but I'm going to be getting out of here. This has been a joyous moment. Yes. Thank you so much. What you say? I can't even pronounce the name. It's Ya, but no. Oh, you mean Elon? Yes, I was talking about Elon. The guy was talking about Elon in the video. Yeah, morons for Elon and Trump. Yes. Kamala Harris got it in the bag and mega mad. Kamala Harris got it in the bag and who? Mega is mad. We already know who's going to win. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Terry Roberts says Harris. Yes, we got this. I'm voting Tuesday for her. Oz Tech says Trump and Vance 2024. That is your candidate. I respect that. I read some of those already. Big D said, Terry, this is not an American flag. I don't know what he's talking about. Terry Roberts says Trump is trouble. Yes, he is. He's just trouble. Nothing but trouble. And yeah, but no, put Trump 2024. That is your candidate. You have a right to vote for him. Big D says, don't be so mean to big guys. Okay. I don't know what's going on, but okay. But anyway, I want to thank each and every last one of y'all for coming to my live. I will be back tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And I look forward to having y'all in my chat again because we have such amazing time. And I like to read y'all comments in my chat. I go back after the live is over and I read a lot of this stuff. So I thank each and every last one of you beautiful kings and queens. Y'all have an amazing evening. Have a great dinner tonight. Put in your prayers for Florida. Yes, pray for Florida. Pray for North Carolina and South Carolina. There's some areas without power, especially in South Carolina and North Carolina. And I'm Tampa, please pray for Florida, y'all. It's imperative that we pray for them. I thank each and every last one of y'all. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful evening. Bye.